everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. Today is the day you have all been waiting for. You all have asked several times since we mentioned it. So I have grabbed my handsome husband. I have him in the kitchen with me to make his famous pimento cheese. So don't go anywhere. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, we would love for you to do so. We're going to run the intro. That's a great time to do it.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is...
Okay, so we mentioned the other day that we had a restaurant. We were part owners in a restaurant, and one thing he made there was the pimento cheese, and it is delicious. We have a store-bought brand that we love, and we're on a journey to recreate it. It was Stan's, which is a local here in North Carolina, Stan's pimento cheese.
Made in Burlington, North Carolina.
Yep. So we are, which is where he's from.
Yep.
So we are going to let Bryant show you his recreation of our favorite store-bought pimento cheese, but who needs store-bought now that he can make it?
That's exactly right.
All right. So talk good and loud since we're not using the mic.
All right, good and loud. So here we go. All right, here's your ingredients. I'll give you a quick ingredient list so you can check out the specifics in the bottom of the video in the description. You need a 4-ounce jar of diced pimentos. You need 16 ounces, 1 pound of American cheese. Other people, they like sharp cheddar and stuff like that. I like the American cheese. It gives it a creaminess and a very soft texture to the pimento cheese. You're going to need some lemon juice, okay? You can use real lemons or you can use the lemon juice. Mayonnaise, I would prefer no Miracle Whip because it's got a very, very sweet flavor to it. Duke's works really good. We're going to need a dash of Texas Pete here in a second. And you're going to need some granulated white sugar for here in a second. So, all right, that's your ingredient list, and it's pretty simple.
Now let's talk about this. You could go to the deli and just have them cut you a chunk of American cheese. We did buy the already sliced, but not the individually wrapped. That would take way too long to unwrap, but depending on what the sales are around, you may want to go to the deli or just get the individually sliced. But like I said, don't get the individually wrapped because you don't want to unwrap that much cheese.
Some people like to try to use Velveeta, and you possibly can. I've never used it, but I've heard that it's a little too soft and it doesn't grade quite as well, and that creates some of the challenge. So we got a couple different graters that we use around here.
You want to do it on the plate? Let me get you another plate?
Yeah, that'd be fine. And so we've actually got a little hand crank one too that I like a lot. But what you do is just take and go ahead and grate your cheese, okay? Very simple. Just go ahead and take that whole 16 ounces and grate it, whatever style grater you like to use.
And watch your fingers.
Yeah, watch your fingers. We don't want any fingertips in this cheese. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to grate this cheese up, and I'm going to bring you back in a second when I get it done because Leslie does a better job of presentation than I do. So hang tight.
Okay guys, we have switched graters. He prefers this one. You can find this on Amazon. I'm not sure the name of it, but just Google or Amazon. I'll try to link it in my store. I don't think it's linked in there yet, but he prefers this grater for the American cheese. And I will say, because the softness of the American cheese, this one does work better.
It does work better. So I don't, and it just, and it gets a really good consistency, and you don't have to worry about getting your fingers with this one.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't lose but one fingertip. So, All right, we've got the cheese grated. This is what about 1 pound or 16 ounces of grated cheese looks like. We did it in a container that you can put a lid on and store, because the key to good pimento cheese is don't eat it the day you make it, okay? It needs to be refrigerated for 2 to 3 days to help the flavors meld together and to get cool. Next thing I do is I take and I drain this 4 ounces of pimento cheese, the pimentos. I just take over in the sink and just drain the syrup off of them. Just pour it down the sink just like that. Get it as good, as drained, as well as you possibly can, and just sprinkle it in. And then I go ahead and pre-mix a little bit of the pimentos in there, okay? Get them mixed up a little bit. And you can actually, depending on what you like, you could probably add a few more or cut back on your cheese just a hair if you would like, okay? It's totally up to you. This is your own creation. You do what you would like. The next thing, key. This is the key right here. 1/2 cup of Duke's mayonnaise, okay? That is the key to this whole
Gotta be Duke's
process. Gotta be Duke's, okay? All right. A couple reasons it's gotta be Duke's. Duke's has vinegar in the actual mayonnaise, the making process, okay? And so that gives it a little bit of tanginess, okay? That gives the pimento cheese a little bit of a tanginess, and so it makes it look really, really good.
And it's got a good salt ratio too.
Has a very, very good salt ratio. And you can actually, depending on how creamy you want it, you can actually add a little more. Now, I like mine just a little creamier, so I'm going to add just a tick more. When I say a tick, I'm talking maybe...
How do you like his measurements? A hair more and a tick more?
I'm going to add about a third of a 1/2 cup. So figure that one out. That's about a 1/4 cup. So, and that's just because that's my preference. But a 1/2 cup is what my recipe calls for. Okay. Then lemon juice. A 1/2 teaspoon, a 1/2 tablespoon. I'm sorry, 1/2 tablespoon of lemon juice. Okay. Spread that in there, right there. Mix it in some more. Just keep mixing. Stir it. I actually probably should have did the sugar first, so that way I had a dry spoon, but that's okay.
You can use the other end.
Oh, that's right. I use the other end. So here we go. Got a 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. Okay. Now here's where Leslie and I differ a little bit. She likes her pimento cheese a little sweeter than I do. Okay. And since I'm the one making it, I make it the way I like it. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
No, that's the way it should be. It's your creation. You need to make it the way you want to make it.
I give in to her sometime too. So, okay. All right. Hey, you guys look right there. Let me get close to the camera.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. She was in my way. Look at that. Look how creamy and gorgeous that is. Some people sprinkle a little bit of garlic in here. You
what
can.
About this?
You can. I'm going to put a dash of Texas Pete in here. I don't put garlic, but you can, okay? And then just about 5 or 6 shakes of Texas Pete, not a whole lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. That does not make it hot.
It just adds flavor.
It adds flavor. Once again, Texas Pete has vinegar in it. So you kind of get a little pattern there.
Now don't go anywhere when he's finished making it, because we're going to show you our favorite way of eating pimento cheese.
All right, hang tight. We'll be right back. All right, what we like to do is we like to toast our pimento cheese bread. So you can see right there, she's already got some bread dropped in the toaster. What are you going to do with that pimento cheese real quick, Les?
I'm just going to take it to the microwave and like put it on 15 seconds. Oh, I've got stuff in the microwave. So I'm just going to put it on for about 15 seconds. Don't melt it all the way. Just get it soft and ooey gooey.
All right, we'll show you that.
Okay, everyone, you can see it's just melty around the edges, but not completely, not the whole thing. We don't want it all melted.
How long did you do that for?
For about 15 seconds. And it was probably, what, a half a cup, third of a cup of pimento cheese.
Mm-hmm. Bread is toasted.
Bread is toasted. And I just kind of stir it around. And then we just slather it on our toast. Now you can put the pimento cheese cold if you like a cold pimento cheese sandwich. You can put it in celery. Whatever your preference is fine.
A lot of people do celery, don't they?
Mm-hmm. That's a good little refreshing snack.
Especially in the South.
All right.
Is that a northern thing too? Do you know?
I don't know.
Hey, some of you that are viewers in the north, tell us if that's a northern thing.
Do y'all
too.
eat pimento cheese? Is that a normal?
And not only do they eat pimento cheese, but do they put it on celery?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the question.
All right. So come give it a taste, Daddy. Or do you want me to do the taste?
You do the taste test today.
I get to do the taste test. All right.
Tell us what you think.
That is so good.
It's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. That is restaurant good.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is so good. Come on, Dad, you give it a taste.
Okay.
Make sure you can see him.
Here we go. The only thing it needs is a glass of milk.
Best pimento cheese ever.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, like I said, put it in the refrigerator, let it sit 2 or 3 days, let the flavors meld, and that, my friend, is a great little scrumptious lunch right there.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere because I'm going to take you guys out to the garden in just a little bit. I need your help. So those of you who are gardeners, I need your help. And we're going to walk out there and I'm going to show you some things going on. You tell me your thoughts. You give me your diagnosis and maybe your remedies. So hang tight. We're going out there in just a minute. Okay, everybody, let's walk up to the garden. First, let me tell you, there is no moisture issues. So one of them, when you look at it, you think it's a moisture issue, but there is no moisture issue. We have had plenty of rain. So there's 3 different things going on in my tomatoes that I'm a little worried about. So one looks a little bit like blight, which really scares me. But I don't know that I don't know. So let's go take a look and you tell me, those of you that are gardeners, help me. Help me, please. So, all right, let's go up here and take a look at what's going on with my tomato plants. Okay, so not only do I want you to help me diagnose this, but also to give me some ideas of how to fix it. So the first are in my container, my blue tub. So let me show you that. I've got some leaf browning, but they're upper leaves, they're not lower. Blight, I think, normally starts at the bottom. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Now, before I show you, let me just tell you, with our recent rain, we have some weed issues, so don't judge. I've not been able to get out here and work in the weeds, but let me show you this next thing. This next has happened since I had these plants, and it is specifically happening with a certain, not breed, a certain type of, it's my Cherokee purple. So let me show you what's happening there. If you can see, the leaves are curled upwards, and they have been this way. They're continuing to grow. They're growing, they're blooming, but the leaves are curled upwards. It may be totally fine. I'm just questioning, and it's happening to the first 4 plants there, which are my Cherokee purples. This next thing I just spotted, and so I'm not sure. It may be just, you know, it may be normal right there. That's the only plant I see that on. My son Isaac said it could possibly be tobacco mosaic. However, we're not completely sure. So, but the rest of the garden looks super wonderful. I do know we may have a little bit too much nitrogen in our soil. We did top dress this garden with some chicken litter and did not measure the amount, so we may have more than enough nitrogen, so that may be part of the issues. But things are growing beautifully. They look great. I've had some pest pressure. There may be one plant or two here and there that has some pest on it, but nothing. I bought some chemicals to use, but I have not used them. I just did a soapy water spray, and so far that seems to have done the trick. And everything else is looking beautiful. And you see this blank spot here. This is where this right here was some compromised soil, so I'm not expecting anything. There is some growth here actually starting to happen, but this was iffy soil. We brought in some red stuff to mix in it, and this just little strip right through here was a compromised strip anyway, so I don't expect anything to grow there. Hopefully as we keep amending the soil and keep working on it, it'll be better by next year. But everything else is looking great. So if y'all can help me with the tomatoes, I will be forever grateful. So I actually have some green peppers that look amazing, and it won't be long before I'm harvesting those. So all right, so I'm just going to walk down the grass line. It's wet and I'm going to get muddy, but I'm going to walk down here and just see the rest of the garden. But hey, if you guys can help me, if you're proficient gardeners and you know a lot, yeah, help me if you can. I need all the help I can get, because tomatoes are like my main thing, and I want them to do well. And I don't want, if it's blight or if it's some disease or virus taking over, I want to get it out. And so y'all tell me your thoughts, because I've never had any disease or anything with tomatoes. So if I have disease, it probably came with the plant, because I have never had problems, and the majority of my tomato plants look absolutely beautiful. So help me if you can. Okay, everyone, I have a little boy that wants you to see what he can do. What are you doing, Judah? Whoa! There you go. Good job, buddy. He wanted y'all to see my camera's fogging up, y'all. Sorry, hang on. There we go. It's humid out here. Judah's climbing my crepe myrtle, and he wanted you guys to see, because he's what kind of boy are you now? 5. Yeah, but you're a big boy now, right? And can climb trees.
All by myself.
All by myself. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so hoping you enjoyed Bryant's pimento cheese. It is absolutely delicious. And of course, there's other things you can add. You can add you some black pepper in, whatever you want to add in, but it is so good. And on toast, heat it up just a little bit. It just don't get any better than that. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I appreciate y'all. Remember, the grease is hot enough. You can fry anything. Bye, y'all. Tell Bryant how much you appreciated him in his video today. Thanks.